Portal. Current events. Portal talk language. Watch view source. Worldwide current events. Sports events. Recent deaths. Entry views by week list. Today's most viewed articles. Topics in the news. Francisco Carvalho in golf. Aaron Rai wins the PGA Championship. The African Party for the Independence of Cape Verde, led by Francisco Carvalho, pictured, wins the most seats in the parliamentary election. Bulgaria, represented by Dara with the song Bangaranga, wins the Eurovision Song Contest. The World Health Organization declares the Ebola epidemic in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Uganda a public health emergency of international concern. Protests erupt in Bolivia against the government of Rodrigo Paz, causing clashes between the protesters and the police. Ongoing. Iran war, Lebanon war, Russo-Ukrainian war timeline, Sudanese civil war timeline, recent deaths. Peter Hollingworth, Kyle Bush, Felicien Kabuga, Bailey Export, Barney Frank, Scott Hastings nominated article May 24th, 2026. Sunday. Edifice Story Watch May 23rd, 2026. Saturday. Edifice Story Watch Armed conflicts and attacks. Middle Eastern crisis 2026 Iran war 2025 to 2026 Iran United States negotiations 2026 Iran war ceasefire Pakistan in the 2026 Iran war Iran. The United States and mediator Pakistan reports that progress has been made in ceasefire talks, with the Iranian Foreign Ministry saying that Iran is focused on finalizing a memorandum of understanding. Reuters. The Financial Times reports that mediators are nearing a deal to extend the ceasefire between Iran and the United States by 60 days and establish a framework for nuclear talks. CNBC. Financial Times. U.S. President Donald Trump says that the details of the emerging agreement will be announced shortly, and that it will include the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Al Jazeera. 2026 Strait of Hormuz crisis. The U.S. Central Command says that they have redirected 100 commercial ships and disabled 4 others from the Strait of Hormuz since the blockade started. AA. Iran's Fars news agency reports that the agreement will allow Iran to manage the Strait of Hormuz. Reuters. 2026 Lebanon war. Lebanese civil defense reports that an Israeli airstrike on a residential building in Sir El Darbiya, southern Lebanon, has killed at least 9 people and injured 6. Al Jazeera. Russo-Ukrainian war attacks in Russia. During the Russo-Ukrainian war, a Ukrainian drone attack causes a fire at a Transneft oil terminal in Novorossiysk, Krasnodar Krai, Russia. ABC News. Arts and culture. 2026 Cannes Film Festival. Romanian director Cristian Mungiu wins his second Palme d'Or for the drama film Fiord at the 2026 Cannes Film Festival in France. AP via Korea. Joanne Daly. Health and Environment. 2026 Ituri Province Ebola epidemic. The International Red Cross announces that 3 of its local volunteers have died from Ebola while working in the Jugu territory. Ituri Province, Democratic Republic of the Congo DRC, in March. CBS News. Uganda's health ministry confirms 3 new Ebola cases. A woman who traveled from the DRC and 2 Ugandan workers that had contact with her, bringing the country's total to 5 cases and 1 death. RFI. An Ebola clinic run by Doctors Without Borders is set on fire by residents in Mongolu, Jugu territory, Ituri Province, DRC. AP International Relations. France-Israel relations. Blockade of the Gaza Strip. France bans Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben. They're permanently following his actions towards members of the global Suman flotilla who were detained by the Israeli Navy several days earlier. Politico. Ukraine-Vietnam relations. Kazakhstan-Ukraine relations in accordance with bilateral agreements. Vietnam grants 40 scholarships to Ukrainians for the 2026 to 2027 academic year for bachelor's, master's, and postgraduate degrees, including a 1-year language course for those who do not speak Vietnamese. Kazakhstan also grants 40 scholarships for similar degrees. Interfax Ukraine. Law and Crime. May 2026. White House shooting. A gunman opens fire at a security checkpoint outside the White House in Washington, D.C., wounding a bystander. The suspect is killed by the United States Secret Service. AP Reuters. Turkey Islamic State conflict. The Syrian General Intelligence Directorate and the Turkish National Intelligence Organization conduct a joint operation in Syria and arrest 10 people allegedly linked with ISIL. Al Jazeera. Politics and elections. 2024 present Serbian anti-corruption protests. Tens of thousands of people rally in Belgrade, Serbia, to protest against the government and President Aleksandar Vučić, and call for earlier parliamentary and presidential elections. Al Jazeera. AFP via France 24. Protests against the 2026 Iran war. Anti-war protesters stage a protest rally at the U.S. naval base in Yokosuka, Kanagawa Prefecture, Japan, against the U.S.-Israel strikes and call for challenge against the Japan U.S. security treaty. Arab News. Japan veterans hold veterans speak out gathering at the Nevada state capitol in Carson City, Nevada, U.S., to honor the U.S. troops who were killed during the Iran war. Additionally, veterans also criticize the war is unconstitutional, citing Article 1 Section 8 of the U.S. Constitution. Carson Now. Colo TV. Thousands of people marched through Madrid, Spain, to demand Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez to resign following several corruption scandals in his cabinet and his family. Reuters. Sports. 2026 FIFA World Cup. Iran at the FIFA World Cup. The Iran national football team moves their squad space to Tijuana, Mexico, with approval from FIFA to avoid visa-related issues with the United States. Al Jazeera. The DR Congo national football team announces that it will maintain its planned schedule, including 2 friendly matches in Belgium and Spain, before going to Houston, Texas, United States, for the World Cup, despite being warned to isolate, stating the entire squad is based outside of the DRC. Reuters.